Boy Scouts of America program is for every boy, and its principles teach and support the concept of duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to self. It teaches as part of its first law, a scout is trustworthy to not lie, cheat, or steal. There are 11 other laws relating to how God would have us treat one another. As a Boy Scout, one progresses through 5 ranks before being able to work toward completion of the project requirement for becoming an Eagle Scout. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a lifetime commitment, and once an Eagle, one can always say, "I'm an Eagle Scout."
Ever since I joined Scouts, I always had an interest in veterans and everything. And for my Eagle Scout project, I wanted to do something to honor them.
One time we went to Gettysburg, and if you've ever been there, there's monuments everywhere, and Adam was just going crazy with the camera. He was just taking pictures of all the monuments and seeing who they were for and what they were about. He was just had a strong interest in all of that history.
You know, I remember the original idea of the monument, and it was just maybe a boulder with a brass plaque on it, bronze kind of marker on it. And we thought that would look real nice and that would blend in, you know, wherever it was put.
As it continued on, as things do, it just grew bigger and bigger, and we thought a rock to honor everybody who's given their lives, and we thought, no, that's not gonna be right. So we put a lot more thought into it.
And you can't imagine the number of things that he discussed and the ideas that he kicked around with a bunch of us. He just considered a lot of options and ideas. But last year, I was privileged to go to Washington, D.C. to a Vietnam veterans reunion, and I was able to take my family with me. Adam was one of the family members that went. During that week, we visited most of the veteran memorials in the area, and it was that trip that gave him the final inspiration for his Eagle Scout Service project.
We went on one Saturday to 5 or 10 places trying to figure out what kind of monument does he want, where does he want to get it from, and we finally decided to get it at Vaughn's Monuments in Cookeville, Tennessee, and then we decided on a granite obelisk.
When we first went there, I think he was impressed with Adam. He realized that it was something special here, what he was going to do in honoring these veterans, and it was neat to see that between Adam and Mr. Vaughn.
Well, when I first received a letter from Adam, my initial impression was, well, that's really a super thought, but I had a little bit of reservation, and the reason was we've had a lot of citizens get real excited about projects and want to do them, but in the end, the project is usually not well funded, or they don't have enough resources to make it turn out right. So I had a little bit of hesitation about it.
The growth of the project was bigger, and I remember several times Adam saying, you know, this is just a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. His dad and his sister and I always offered him a lot of encouragement, and just knowing, you know, that he could do it. He certainly could, and look how far the Lord had blessed him and brought him so far, and that he was going to be able to finish it through to the end.
Later on, I had talked with our Parks and Recreation Director, Kirk Glick, and he had spoken with Adam and came to me after he talked to Adam and found it to be a very exciting project. He was obviously looking forward to putting this in. He told me that Adam was a very, very sharp individual and had a great plan, and he felt highly confident what was going to go in our city was going to be something that we'd all be proud of.
Adam was very enthusiastic about the project. He was, and I guess the thing that impressed me the most was he had all his ducks in a row. You know, often, you know, people got some of the pieces together, but they don't have all the pieces together.
Quite honestly, when I first heard Adam was undertaking this project, I wondered why. But I didn't have to think long before I was reminded that Adam believes that he is accountable to God. Being accountable to God means, among other things, that we honor one another. We honor those that bless us, and who among us has blessed us more than those that have blessed us with freedom? Freedom to practice our faith, to speak out, to assemble as we do here today, and to bear arms, to name a few.
I think one thing that was amazing is the community and how they reached out and helped, and with their time and their money. There was an article ran in the Tullahoma News, and it was a very good article. We were thankful for that, and it just seemed like day after day from that, we started getting letters in the mail. Adam did, and they weren't just letters, it was money in those letters. People wanted to help, they wanted to contribute, and it was just amazing. And I would be at work and Adam would call me and tell me what came in, and I was just amazed. I thought, wow, this is really coming together. This is going to happen. It's great.
I'd like to introduce Adam at this time to tell you more details about the project.
After the presentation that Adam presented to our board, we voted on it, and there was a high degree of confidence at that time. It was unanimously approved, and there were a lot of positive comments. It was clearly going to be a good project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There were times that, you know, it felt like that's all he was doing, was eating, breathing, sleeping, you know, this project. But it certainly is one, now in the end, it certainly is one that does reflect what he truly believes and what he has as his passion, to recognize people who have served our nation.
You will see the United States Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard SEALs, and of course the Great Seal of the United States of America. It has an eagle on top, signifying vigilance, pride, courage, strength, and freedom. Quoting John F. Kennedy, the Founding Fathers made an appropriate choice when they selected the bald eagle as the emblem of the nation. The fierce beauty and proud independence of this great bird aptly symbolizes the strength and freedom of America. And finally, and most important, the fact that it is an obelisk pointing upward reminds us that no matter how well trained, equipped, and led our military is, or how wealthy our nation is, our real strength is found in the sovereign Almighty God.
You know, it wasn't that long ago that Oakwood Cemetery wasn't as beautiful as it is right now. A group took it upon themselves to beautify that cemetery and actually pay for new fencing around it. And the city chipped in, and we have now, as a result of that, stonework and wrought iron fencing, and the cemetery is absolutely a beautiful place to go to now. And now Adam comes along with a vision and puts that monument in the corner, and it actually turned out to be the icing on the cake.
You know, when we see our young people coming forth and doing things like this, you feel pretty good about the future of the country.
A project like this doesn't come off with just one person doing it. It takes a lot of effort and help from a lot of people. And we appreciate all of Troop 158's help. They did great, and we thank you.
Our Boy Scout troop, our Scoutmaster, he really helped get the boys motivated to get behind this project. He helped get them out there on Saturday and Monday, because that's what Scoutmaster is for, to help motivate people to get out there and get a job done. And our Scoutmaster is very good at that.
We call it his project. It is our city's project, but Adam was at the helm of that project. And all along we really gave God the credit for helping him to raise the money and helping just to keep him organized with the things, because that is not a trait that comes natural to a 14-year-old boy.
I have seen so much maturity in Adam through this process just in the past year, and it's been really neat to watch because, for instance, at the program itself, he went around and spoke and shook hands with most people there on the day of the dedication of the monument. And it made me very proud of him because he did that without us prompting him. And it was very genuine, and I think he had a real appreciation for everything that had taken place.
To me, it was really special to be able to be involved in Adam's project like this, to see it all come together. And it started out just as an idea. I want a monument to honor veterans.
Many of you remember Joshua in the Old Testament, the man that God chose to succeed Moses and to lead his people into the Promised Land. God challenged Joshua to be strong and courageous, and with that same determination, Adam persevered until he succeeded in bringing about this monument. So Adam, I salute you and thank you on behalf of all those Tullahomans that have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Permit me a second to try to express a little more fully what is in my heart. I am immensely proud of every one of you, from GI to brass hat, from kitchen police to tail gunner, from captain of ship to deckhand. I would like to meet each one of you and render to you a most sincere and respectful salute. You men and women bear the proudest of all titles. You are defenders of democracy, and I am humbled in your presence. Today, I would like to personally say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you have given to give us our freedom and this great nation. Let us never, never forget. Thank you.